a fucking professional. No, goddamn it. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fade breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Trial watching, trials and tribulations. It's Camp Shorty calling all nations. What are you drinking? Shall we skip this part? Left or right-handed? Shit, she slid it to the start. She's a fucking professional. Yo, goddamn it. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fade breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Psychology corner. Let's learn about stuff. New Miss Shorty music. Calling their bluff. Best chat, best community. We've got the best mods. A safe supportive sanctuary full of fun and love. Rock out with your cats out. Curse all you want. And here at Camp Shorty, we even say cause. She's a fucking professional. You goddamn it. You're muted, what? And daring, it's iconic. Cheese breaks, fade breaks, staying hydrated. It's shorty time. She's a fucking delight. Hey, shorties, what's doing, y'all? Get in here, shorties. Let's fucking go. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty. Camp Shorty.
Hi, shorties. Oh, look who's here. Hi, Poppy. Buster's like, oh my God. You'll hear chomping, but hopefully. Here you go, Buster. You can have this gigantic. Imagine how big that pig was. Look, Buster. I come prepared, shorties. There you go, Poppy. Bye. It's so good to see you, Camp Shorty. Here we are. Wow, it feels like forever. Poppy and Buster. Hey, Steph. Hey, Forrest. Good to see you. Joey. Michelle. Hi. I see Ava's mom's here. Matilda's here. Hi. Ava's mom got 2 hours of overtime to put in. We'll be listening to this dumpster fire of a trial, right? Oh gosh, they're very chomping over there. We get to revel in the joy that is
Georgia.
Queen Georgia Cappleman, State's Prosecutor Georgia Cappleman. Yes, love would turn gay for Georgia. Nick Francis and I have a little. He says he doesn't mind Georgia Cappleman or Sarah Dugan. I don't think it means he turns gay, but he'd just go for them. Hi, Mika. Good to see you. Hi. Donna, right? Ugh. So there's no Donna in this trial because we're going to be covering Charlie Adelson's trial. We've got day one. We did the opening statements last week. Same time, well, I don't know what time it was. Something, daylight savings. Y'all are fucking me up. Hi, Margaret. Get to the ducking point. Good to see you. Yes, but we're doing Charlie's trial. So we've got some witnesses. Guess what I've even done? I'm like so professional. I've already got the tab present screen. Like, wait. I know, right? I'm turning into a YouTuber. Hey, before we get going, Steph will be being the Camp Shorty representative. Big news, chat. Steph is going to represent Camp Shorty at the inaugural advocacy conference in Indianapolis, mouthful. Thanks, Joey, right? I'm like, oh, hang on, I could have done this whole time. Had it already down there, not tabs up the top, but already ready to go. I'm going to say that's why we started 15 minutes later than scheduled originally. I was doing other stuff. What else was I doing? So congratulations, Steph. The first sponsorship from Camp Shorty. Every year we will send a representative to go and learn, to spend time at the conference, to meet people, to have those magic moments, as Eric Carter Landine, said his name wrong, mentioned, that will inevitably come from the gathering of like-minded people. So, Steph, we're so excited that you're going to be there. And thank you for showing an interest. And there should be a fine system. Well, I'd be fucked, man. Like, I will be fucked. Like Macrame Chameleon, right? It's so exciting, right? It's so exciting. It's so exciting. Hi, Candy. Good to see you. Yes. So Charlie's there in the background. Oh, I've put my buy me a coffee up the top here, right? So it's, what is it? QR code. All buy me a coffees go to charity. So we've made a donation to, well, anyway, none in my pocket, all to charity. And a reminder that all super chats, super stickers, buy me coffees, memberships, gifted memberships go in the draw for a weekly draw of a Miss Shorty t-shirt. I've got a whole box of Shorty merch here, which will have a little break from testimony to have a look at some of it. But look at this. Wait, I've still got it in the plastic so I don't like to use stickers or Rex stickers. Can't be sticking this anywhere. Are you kidding me? Are you crazy? Look at this. Hologram. It's die cut, so it's a circular sticker, but on a square sheet. Cool, huh? So all proceeds from the merch store go to paying our mods. Call me a grifter if you like, but I don't think it fits. The shoe does not fit. Anyway. Oh, one more thing about this. We have a couple of extra entries to go in because we're going to put some people's names in the hat who maybe aren't financially able to do super stickers and stuff. And so Joey had the idea that we could put a few people's names in who wish they could, but they aren't able to financially. So we'll do that. We'll draw that in our next stream, which is with our friend of the channel, Joe Schmo, where we're going to talk about Laurie Vallow-Daybell, the lunacy of it all. Oh, Forrest. Yikes, Forrest. Thank you. That will go in the next week's draw, but I'm pretty sure you're in this week's draw as well. Because you're such a good supporter. Thank you so much. Let me just, so many videos, Joey. You're the best, Joey. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Oh my God, I can't spell though. I mean, I can under pressure. Forrest, you're on the next week's tab. Boom. Shall we get into testimony? Yes, we shall. Oh, wait. One day, I have these little smidges of professionalism, and then
I'll take any motherfucker's money if he giving it away. Shit.
So here, this is still down the bottom like a professional. I can't even believe it's taken me like almost a year to work that shit out. Let's
get ready to rumble.
So day one, November or late October 2023. Let me put closed captions on. Amber will be joining us soon.
Everyone can be seated.
Work. I'm probably too loud. Fuck, I didn't do that. It wasn't me, man. YouTube can suck my dick. There we go. So, pause. First up is, oh God. Hey, wait. Let me get my remarkable and just get my notes that are all written on this tiny little thing. It's the coolest. And let me just do that because it's his name is Craig Geiger. I think that's how you pronounce his name. The first witness is he was the neighbor who heard something, saw something, and said something. It because of this very first witness for the state, that they being law enforcement were able to start to connect the dots from the very. In fact, he was the one who went over and found Professor Dan Markel shot, clinging on to life, but not in his driver's seat of his car, of his vehicle, tragically.
Everyone can be seated.
Yes. Oh no, wait. James Geiger. Oh,
You may call your first witness.
fuck. James Geiger. Georgia Cappleman, love you, girl. You hot, fucking smart and pretty, right? Wow.
Yes.
State calls James Geiger.
James Geiger. Thanks for being here, everyone. Don't forget to hit the like. It helps get us out into the algorithm. I'm so excited. I love you all so much. Hi, Sav. Good to see you. Wait, Sav. Colors is here. Hi, Colors.
Mr. Geiger, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? You may take your seat. Please speak loudly and clearly. You can adjust the microphone if you need to.
And share this out if you have social.
Good morning, Mr. Geiger.
Good morning.
Please spell your name for the court reporter.
First name James, James, middle initial W. Last name Geiger, Geiger.
Mr. Geiger, do you live here in Tallahassee?
Yes, I do.
Where do you live?
Yes,
I
Sav.
live on Trescott
White Club.
Drive in Tallahassee.
How long have you been living on Trescott Drive?
I think it's about 45 years now.
Judge, without objection, I'll move into evidence states 1.
Pause while I think of it. Candy, your funny cunt mug has been ordered and posted, so you should get that soon. The shipping is very fast.
States 1 is admitted.
Permission to publish by way of the laptop.
You may.
So we love Judge Everett. He's amazing. We love Georgia Cappleman. Oh, like a love. She's publishing.
Okay. Did you used to have a neighbor by the name of Dan Markel?
Yes.
When was that?
Well,
Check the volume, wait. And I might speed her up a little.
Restate the
We're on a
question.
time crunch.
When did Mr. Markel live next door to you?
oh, well, it was,
Just slightly.
he died 9 years ago and he had been there about 5 years before that.
All right. And where in relation to your home did Mr. Markel live?
He was my next door neighbor.
All right. So if we're looking at this photograph right here, which one is your home?
The one on the right is my home. The one on the left was Danny's.
All right. So that driveway there with the vehicle in the driveway, would that have been Mr. Markel's driveway?
Yes, it would.
Okay. Can you tell us about something that occurred back on July 18th of 2014?
On that morning, my wife and I were sitting in our living room, which looks out over Trescott Drive here. And we were working with an iPad on a couch and we heard a noise, a loud bang. We weren't sure what it was.
Is that
And I
delicious?
quickly got up to see what might have caused that noise. And there had been at the time some burglaries in the area, and I was concerned that perhaps that had been a burglary attempt. And so as I approached, we have a large window looking out on the street, and as I got to the window, I looked to the left and to the right because I wasn't sure where the noise came from. But on my right, as I looked out, I saw a car quickly back up out of the driveway and then head towards Benton Road very rapidly.
Let me interrupt you for just a moment. Judge, if there's no objection, I'd like to introduce states 2 and 3 at this time.
No objection. States 2 and 3 are admitted at this time.
May I publish 2, please? Okay, so is this the view you had from your window looking out toward Mr. Markel's drive?
Yes, that's correct.
And you said you saw a vehicle backing up out of his driveway?
Yes.
Hey,
What
wait.
type of vehicle was it?
Well, I caught it.
Replay crew, thank you for watching on replay. Can I suggest that you might like to watch the live chat replay? And if you're on your handheld device, an iPad, a tablet, a phone, there is a way. All you need to do is to swipe left on the comment tab, and it will give you the option to watch the live chat replay instead. Thank you so much, Princey. So you can watch the live chat replay. I try to put most of the comments up on screen, but not always do I get there. Joey and I share the load. Hi, Curious Law Tuber. Good to see you. Thanks for joining. Good to have new faces in the chat. I think you were here last weekend.
Caught it out of the corner of my eye, so it was not, I didn't look at it real hard, but it looked like a Prius to me, looked like a silver or white colored Prius.
Anything about the way it backed out? Did it do that normally or something?
It just went very quickly, and that's what caught my attention.
All right, and which way did it go after it backed out of the drive?
Did I say hi,
As
Shelley?
it backed out
Hi,
of the
Shelley.
driveway,
I feel like I
it
didn't
headed
rude.
to the right, which was towards Benton Road.
All right, were you able to see the occupants of the vehicle?
No, I couldn't see any inside.
Did you do anything to further investigate the situation? Could we publish 3, please?
Well, as I said, I was concerned that we had heard that there had been some burglaries in the area. And so I thought that I would walk next door to see if that might have been what happened. And as I approached Danny's house, I noticed that the garage door was up and his car was in the garage and it was running.
I
And
did
so
forget to
I
say hello
stopped,
to
and
Shelley. I'm
almost
the
as I got
worst
to the
YouTuber
garage, and I
ever.
thought, well,
Hi, Shelley.
so much for a burglary. If he's getting ready to leave, it wasn't
So rude.
anything like that. And so there must not be a problem. And I turned around and went back to my house at that point.
All right, what about once you got back inside the house? Did you do anything else?
Yeah, I as I got back in, I kind of stood right at this window, and why, I'm not sure, but I just thought I would stand there for a minute or two and wait for him to go ahead and back out and leave. After maybe 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, he hadn't backed out yet. And I said to my wife, I said, something seems wrong to me. I don't know what it is. Danny hadn't left yet. I think I'm going to walk back over there and check things out. And so that's what I did, was to walk back over again.
What happened when you got over there?
Well, as I got back over, the garage door was still up. The car was still in the garage. It was still running. And I thought perhaps then that maybe he was on a phone and was simply staying there while he had his phone conversation. But again, I just wasn't quite sure. And I said to myself, well, I'm going to walk on into the garage and make sure everything's okay. And
Mr.
that's
Geiger,
what I did.
in the 5 years or so that you'd lived next door to Mr. Markel, had you ever had an occasion to go over there and check on him before?
No,
So he probably sat in his driveway talking on the phone before, right?
he may have. I don't know. He was in the garage this time. I wouldn't have known if he was there or not.
All right, but for whatever reason, the hairs on the back of your neck stood up this time.
I don't know that they stood up, but there was just something that said I need to check it out.
All right, so what happened when you got over there?
Well, as I said, I decided I'd walk on into the garage. I felt a little awkward doing
For
that,
goodness sake.
but I walked
Okay,
on
thank you.
in, and I looked at the driver's side window, and it was busted out. And at that point, I recalled stepping on glass, and as I looked in, then I could see a man's head. It was bloody, and it was looking through.
So trigger warning. Obviously, I mean, this case is tragic. This is true crime. Hate that term, but we're watching trials. This is a murder trial, murder for hire of Professor Dan Markel back in Tallahassee in July 18th, 2014, a long time ago. Shot twice in the head while he sat in his car as he pulled in. He was on the phone, and so if this gets a little much for you at any time, please feel free to step away and just be mindful that not for little ears either, adults only, 18 plus.
Part of the glass was still there from the driver's side window, but part of it was blown out. And I looked inside, and I saw a head. It was bloody, and it was moving back and forth slowly.
And was it Mr. Markel inside the car?
Yeah, and I said, Danny, what happened? And there was no response, just that slow moving back and forth. And I hollered out again, Danny, what happened? And there was still nothing. And at that point, I knew he needed help and I had to call 911. And so I reached into my pocket, which is where I normally keep my cell phone, and it wasn't there. And then I recalled that while I was sitting on the couch, I'd taken it out and set it down there. So I quickly ran back to the house. It's not very far away, as you can see, and got my phone and then called 911.
Did you know anything about Dan Markel? Did he have a family living there with him?
Yeah, he and his wife had just been married when they moved into that home, and they were there. And then a couple of years later, they had a child, and then another child, and they had some difficulties, and they divorced, or I guess we're in the process of being divorced. And she had moved out, and so Dan stayed there. Frankly, we didn't see him a whole lot.
All right, but he was living there and had the boys sometimes.
Yes.
All right, at the time that this happened.
Correct.
Okay, were the children there with him when he was injured in this way?
Not that I'm aware of.
So you didn't see the children there?
No.
All right, so you go back and get your phone and call 911.
Okay, puppy. I can't stand the licking or the
Have you
panting.
had an opportunity
Thanks.
to review the 911 call in this case previously?
I have.
All right, and is that your voice on the call that we played previously?
Yes, it is.
All right, Judge, at this time, I'd ask to introduce State's Exhibit
Played previously.
82, and ask for permission to publish.
Any objection?
So that's awkward. I seem to have missed the 911 call. We'll find it. We'll keep going for now. Give me a sec. I did have it all queued up. I have it all queued up, chat. Like I'm prepared and shit. Oh, here we go. Yes. Keep listening, Lisa. Copy. You're doing it.
Verification. 2122 Trescott Drive, T. Okay, and tell me where you're calling from? I'm calling from 850-212-4623. Okay, tell me exactly what happened. We heard a loud bang and the car pulled away from next door. I came over and looked in, the garage door was up, and I thought the gentleman was backing out. And I went back to my house, but he never backed out, and I came back over, and his driver's side window is shattered, and he's battered and can't answer. He's inside. I don't know if somebody tried to shoot him, or if he shot himself, or what. I don't know. And it was at this location, correct? Right next door. I'll give you mine. I don't know his address. It's next door. You can send that note tomorrow. Me and Jimmy.
Right.
He's moving.
So awful.
Okay. What's going on with him? I don't know. The driver's side window is all bashed in. He's inside. The car is running, and he's got blood all over his head. He's not responding to me. That number, by the way, is 2116-2116. What's your name, sir? My name is Jim Geiger, Geiger.
Mr. Geiger, you said that the man that you saw in the vehicle was unresponsive to you. If there's no objection, I would like to introduce State's Exhibit 5 at this time.
Okay. State's 5 is another.
The old
Publish.
finger sniffer.
Is this Mr. Markel, your neighbor?
Yes.
Okay, and when you say he was not responsive, was he able to say any words to you?
I didn't hear any words at all.
Okay,
What a beautiful man. May he rest in peace. I'm sure he's still tossing and turning in his grave for the time being until full justice has been served.
sounds did you hear coming from him?
I didn't hear any sound. I just saw his head slowly rolling back and forth.
Okay, he wasn't moaning at all, or?
Not that I heard.
Okay. All right. May I introduce State's Exhibit 6 and 7 at this time, Your Honor?
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
States 6 and 7 are admitted.
Publish 6, please. All right, so is this looking up Mr. Markel's driveway?
Yes,
All right, and state 7, please. Is this how with the exception of the doors being open in this photo, is this how Mr. Markel's vehicle appeared to you when you approached on that day?
yes.
You're crazy. You're crazy, dog.
I'm going to approach with State's Exhibit
Okay,
4.
for goodness sake. I love you. Want to go and sit down?
That image before,
Yes.
is that your signature there on the image? It's your initials. I
Oh,
should say.
yes, it is.
Oh, Georgia.
And is that indicating that the vehicle pictured in this exhibit is
Georgia.
the vehicle you observed in Mr. Markel's driveway that day?
Yes, that's true.
Permission to publish, introduce and publish States 4.
Objection. States 4 is admitted.
Oh, Buster, did you just fart? Buster just farted. Wasn't me. Just saying.
Shawty, swing my way. Swing it over here, shawty.
Georgia.
And I believe you said on the recording there that the car was running. Is that true?
That's true.
Did you touch the victim or the car?
No, I didn't.
Did you move anything inside the garage?
No.
Can
Right.
you estimate
Shelley?
how much time passed between the time you heard the loud bang and the time that you called 911?
I would say between 5 and 10 minutes.
So that's the Prius. When the bus cam, the CCTV on the
I'm gonna
bus.
show you States Exhibit 81. Is States Exhibit 81 a fair and accurate map? It's an aerial map of your residence and the scene where this occurred.
Yes.
Judge had asked to move an evidence, States 81.
Any objection? Okay, States 81 is admitted.
May I publish?
Okay.
Music now. All right, so if you're coming in off Thomasville Road there, the yellow line, how would you get to Mr. Markel's residence from Thomasville Road?
Well, you could do it more than one way. One is to go on a yellow road there, which is Thomasville Road, down to pretty close where that green mark is, which is Benton Road. You would take a left, come up to Trescott Drive, and then go back.
Okay.
That would be one way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Another way would be to exit off of Thomasville Road on Klein, and then come across to Trescott Drive. And in that case, you'd be turning right.
And on that one, we've got to go up a little bit, right?
Thank you,
Yes.
Shelley.
So maybe Armistead to Klein.
Yeah.
To Trescott. Okay. Thank you, sir. No further questions.
Cross-examination.
Oh, here we go.
Question time.
Rashi. No questions,
Geiger,
Your
you may
Honor.
step down, sir.
No questions from Rashi.
Mr. Geiger be released, Your Honor.
He is. Does the defense intend to call Mr. Geiger at any point?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Geiger, you are released. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Please call your next witness.
St. Paul Sergeant Sims.
Georgia. Georgia.
Well, he's tall. Wonder what Nick would say about his suit.
Sergeant, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
I do.
You may take your seat.
Guys, come on now.
Hello.
Hello.
Please introduce yourself and spell your name.
David Sims, DavidSims.
How are you employed, sir?
I'm retired sergeant for the Towson Police Department,
How long were you with TPD?
28 years.
And were you working there back in 2018?
Yes, I was.
Did you
You
respond?
said 2018?
I'm sorry, 2014.
Yes,
2014,
Princey. Her name is
Sorry.
Georgia
Did you
Cappleman.
respond to
Georgia
2116
Poppy, for
Trescott
God's
Drive
sake,
back
please.
on July 18th of 2014?
I did.
Calm
And what were you
emotions.
responding in
Go
reference
away,
to?
dogs.
A call of possible shots fired.
Okay, what did you observe when you arrived there?
You're an idiot.
When I arrived, I parked on the street, and the neighbor, Mr. Geiger, pointed out the house. I walked up the driveway. The garage door was up. There was a vehicle parked in the driveway running. As I approached the vehicle, I noticed glass on the ground outside the driver's side, and I checked the door locks, and the car was locked, but it was running. There was a person inside the car, kind of slumped over, maybe a little to the right. The glass for the driver's
Georgia.
window.
Let me pause you right there.
Timmy.
7, please.
Hi, darling.
Any objection?
This one's in evidence, Your Honor.
That's Sarah Dugan in the green. Second chair.
All right, so proceed with your answer. So you arrive, and is this what you see?
Yes.
Except for the doors were shut, correct?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
And as I approached the
It's also extremely hot here again today. One of the hopefully last few heat wave days. 36 or 37 degrees Celsius it's going to be today in Melbourne. So that is, I don't know, 98-ish. I don't know, something like that. Disgusting. And my house doesn't have air conditioning. So Poppy pants like that all the time. Buster's panting because he's hot.
In the picture there, the vehicle door is open, but it was closed and locked when I arrived. And the glass in the driver's door was partially broken out. And there appeared to be a small half circle in that glass as if a projectile had entered or exited through that window.
This kind of like moving to evidence, states Exhibit 8.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 8 is admitted.
Please publish 8.
And my house will be almost
Does
that
this
hot
photograph
inside.
show the little shattered glass with the half circle you were
Right
referencing?
up there in the corner.
Okay. What else did you observe there?
Inside the vehicle, I called the victim's possible name. I was given the name of Daniel. I called Daniel. There was no response. He was breathing, but in a gasping manner. It was just kind of repetitive gasp. No movement, no response to me. I went around to the other side of the vehicle after I unlocked. I'd reached in the window, unlocked the door, went around to the other side, opened that door, turned the car off so the car wouldn't possibly be put into gear when EMS got there, plus the fumes. So I dropped the keys on the floor in the garage, and I tried to call his name again, no response. By that time, I heard EMS, their sirens right down the street, so they were almost there. I did notice that in his left hand, he had a cell phone, and in his right hand, he had like a business card. And he also, the glasses, there was eyeglasses, half was laying in his lap, and the other half was laying on the floor of the car, like they had just been broken right across the bridge.
You guys want to go outside? I'm just going to let the dogs out. Hang on.
Introducing the evidence, states 9 and 10.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 9 and 10 are admitted.
Publish 9, please. All right, so this, could you zoom in a little bit on the floor of the garage next to the driver's side? All
Well,
right, so what is this that we're seeing on the ground here?
That looks like possibly the cell phone, and I don't know if that's the glasses or not. Because once this picture would be after EMS arrived and they took him out of the vehicle, and I'm not sure what on that side what was moved and everything that was done when EMS was trying to extricate him from the car.
Okay, before the doors were open and EMS extricated the victim, were you able to observe some shattered glass?
Oh, there was definitely glass on the outside. Yes.
Okay. Next photo. 10.
Those
Publish
idiot dogs
10.
brought poo inside this
Just another
morning.
shot of that shattered glass there, and can you tell whether those are the glasses that you observed?
So trigger warning. That's Dan's blood there. May or may not be the best time to say the dogs brought poo inside this morning while I was getting the background ready for this live stream. I hadn't done the Charlie one. And I got up thinking, oh God, I've got no time. I'm running late. I'm going to have to push the stream back a little bit. And then I turned around and there was poo on the floor. Fantastic. Because they're delightful animals. And it's not like they didn't have 3 giant lamb chops for breakfast. And biscuits, dry food. Anyway, yes. Thanks, dogs. Nobody eats poo. So this is the scene, right? This is the scene.
Yes.
Okay, and the cell phone there on the ground.
Correct.
Okay. Where was that cell phone when you initially observed it?
It was in his left hand.
So it was moved whenever they removed the victim.
Correct.
To try to render aid.
Correct.
And was he taken to the hospital?
Yes.
When you say that you opened the car doors, did you have to touch both door handles to do that?
Usually when I have a car that's something like this, a stolen car or anything, I don't want to get prints on it. In my uniform, I always have a pen, like just a big pen with the top that comes off. And I use that to pull in the door handles, and I use that to reach in and unlock the vehicle so I don't touch anything.
Okay. Did you observe any signs there at the scene that there had been forced entry of the residence or anything disturbed or taken?
No, after the victim was removed from the car, then myself and another officer, we took the keys that I had taken out. We had to unlock the door to get into the house from the garage, and we checked the house. The other doors were locked, and there was no signs of anything in the house, no persons and no struggle or anything inside the house.
Okay, and the children were not present at the scene?
Children were not present.
Okay. Did you move the car at all?
No.
All right, so the way it's photographed here is the position it was in when you found it?
Right. After we were done checking the house, and the scene was turned over to our investigators and to forensics.
Okay, no further questions.
Cross-examination.
No questions, John.
Dan,
Is
Rushbaum.
please?
Yes, sir.
You may step down. Have a good day, sir. Please call your next witness.
State calls Joanne Maltese.
So this is the medical examiner. I'm just going to take a moment. Look at this. It's a Miss Shorty. Oh, I probably should shorten the strap up a bit. It's so beautiful. Miss Shorty from the merch store. All proceeds from the merch, all merch, goes to paying our mods. So pretty cool, huh? The inside. Thank you, Matilda. What a great thing. Inside it's got a little side pocket, a little pocket for your phone. Yes. Beautifully made, beautifully printed. There's a side pocket here. Cool, huh? Joey, I think, is wearing a Miss Shorty t-shirt right now. I think Joey's wearing this one. Wait, can I do it? No. The bold and mysterious design. Love, love. So check out the merch store. All proceeds go to paying our mods. The long sleeve. Long sleeve. That is banging. Welcome to my world. So we have the next witness, the medical examiner. Hey, colors. There's also a Saint Shorty one that's just gone to the merch store. Pretty cool.
Good morning. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth? Yes. You may take your seat.
And please introduce yourself and spell your name.
Joanne Maltese, Joanne, and Maltese, Maltese.
How are you employed, ma'am?
I'm retired Tallahassee Police Forensics Specialist. I now have some businesses in Thomasville, Georgia.
How long were you with DPD?
It's DPD for 26 years.
And were you with them back in 2014?
Yes, I was.
What were your duties back in 2014?
In 2014, I was a forensic specialist, and my primary duties were the documentation, collection, and preservation of evidence at a crime scene.
And what training and education did you receive to do that type?
So she talks fast, so I'm going to slow her down just a little bit because Jim Geiger spoke slower, Buster. And we don't want to miss what she's got to say. Important stuff. Buster, please don't lick my hair. That's weird.
Of duty.
At the time, I had over 1,500 hours of specific crime scene training to include photography, collection, DNA fingerprints, as well as I taught at Pat Thomas Law Enforcement Academy in crime scene, as well as teaching at the police department.
Did you respond to 2116 Trescott Drive?
Don't forget we have,
2014?
Yes, I did.
And is that the scene that's...
Don't forget, if you are in green, if you are a member, you have access to all the members only emotes, and there is a Charlie emote that features his mugshot. a Georgia emote, and a Donna emote. So I don't think there isn't much talk of Donna in this initial testimony. These first few days of testimony are all foundational stuff, but when we get there.
Shown in the photograph, states 10, that's up on the screen right now.
Yes, it is inside the garage.
All right, and is that residence here in Leon County?
Yes, it is.
Disgusting, Princey.
I'm going to
Disgusting.
ask to introduce at this time, Your Honor,
Hi, Holly.
states 11 through 17.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
States 11 through 17 are admitted at this time.
All right, so did you photograph this vehicle as part of your duties?
Yes, I did.
All right, may I publish states 11?
You may.
All right, just if you'll just kind of walk us through these photos and what we're looking at in
This-
states 11.
This photo is the rear passenger area showing children's shoes and car seats.
All right, were the kids present when you were working the crime scene?
Was it
No,
you
they
with the poo? Was it you with the
States
poo?
12, please. What is this a photograph of?
It's a piece of broken eyeglass that was on the floor of the garage.
And how was the eyeglass broken, if you know?
The opticals or the lenses were located still inside of the vehicle. Just half of the eyeglass was outside, and there is damage to the nose piece of the eyeglass.
Potentially consistent with the bullet causing the damage to the glasses?
It would be consistent.
All right, States Exhibit 13, please.
Just tragic.
What is this?
This is the optical or the lens of a pair of glasses located on the floorboard of the vehicle in the driver's compartment.
States Exhibit 14. What is this?
It's going to be a wallet found in the glove box of the vehicle.
Was the glove box open or shut when you arrived on scene?
It was closed.
All right, States Exhibit 15. Did it appear that the box had been rifled through or that any items had been taken from the wallet?
No.
States Exhibit 16. What does this show?
This is going to be the driver's side door window, the driver's door window with a hole in the glass.
Consistent with a bullet hole?
Yes, it would be.
States Exhibit 17. What does this show?
This is another photograph from a different angle of the same hole in the window that would be consistent with a bullet hole.
And did you collect some physical items of evidence from the photographs that we've just looked at?
Yes, I did.
Show you some of those.
Georgia, Georgia,
States Exhibit 115. Do you recognize 115?
Yes.
What is 115?
It's going to be the eyeglass frame that was from the passenger floorboard, the front passenger floorboard in the vehicle.
And States Exhibit 116. What is that one?
116 is going to be the other side of the eyeglass frame that was on the garage floor.
May I publish? I'm
You
sorry,
may.
I'd like to introduce 116 and 117.
Any objection from the code?
No objection.
Correction for the record, Your Honor, 115 and 116.
States 115 and 116 are admitted at this time.
Hi, Buster.
Moving on to 117. Do you recognize 117?
Yes.
What is that?
It's going to be the lens or the optical located on the front driver's floorboard in the vehicle.
All right, and what about 118?
118 is going to be a piece of the other lens or eye optical from the glasses that were on the front driver's seat.
Are those in the same or substantially the same condition as when you impounded them?
Yes.
Judge, I'd move into evidence 117 and 118.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 117 and 118 are admitted at this time.
And then 119, if you could tell us what that is, please.
119 is going to be the wallet and its contents, other than the cash that I had to take out, that was located in the glove box.
And that item in the same or substantially the same condition as well?
Yes.
And move into evidence states 119, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection.
119 is admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
And whose driver's license was in the wallet, State's Exhibit 119?
Daniel Markel.
Stream elements, you dag.
Showing you State's Exhibit 120. Do you recognize this item?
Yes, I do.
What is this item?
It's going to be the actual glass from the driver's door.
And how were you able to remove the glass and package it in this way?
Due to the glass being broken, I used clear tape and lined the entire inside and outside of the glass prior to taking it out so it would stay together.
Is it in the same condition as when you impounded it that day?
Yes.
Judge moving to evidence States 120.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 120 is admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
So which way does it go? And the photo's up there, if that helps. Oh, excuse me.
All right, this is going to be the inside that you're looking at. And
So in reference to the picture like this.
yes, it would be in that reference.
Next, I'm showing you.
Swing my way.
Do you know what this item is?
I have a migraine. I'm just trying to get some painkillers
Yes.
into me.
What is that item?
This item is a fragment of glass that was taken off of Mr. Markel's face at the hospital.
Did you respond to the hospital?
Yes, I did.
What were your duties at the hospital?
Arrived at the hospital to document the condition, collect clothing, swabs, and any evidence from Mr. Markel.
All right, and as part of that, did you photograph Mr. Markel in the hospital?
Yes, I did.
All right, move into evidence States 22, 23, and 24, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
States 22, 23, and 24 are admitted.
Ugh. All my friends in chat who have
Hold on,
migraines, you understand. It's
Yes, Your Honor, at this time, I'd ask to publish
Interesting.
States 22.
You may.
Shelley, yeah, I've got my lights down as low as they can go. It's all right. It'll be all right. I'll just go to bed as soon as we're done. I can do this. I've done a few streams in my time with a hectic migraine. We'll be right. We'll be right. I just had 3 paracetamol and 3 ibuprofen. So my liver and kidneys be damned. Let's just get rid of this bad boy. Not that it will do anything, but here we are.
Can you rotate it, please, so that he's other way.
Shit, man. Shit.
This was the condition Mr. Markel was in at the hospital?
Yes.
How long after you arrived at the scene, the crime scene, were these photos taken
I'm
at
in
the
a lot of
hospital,
pain,
if you know?
Princey.
The crime scene, I arrived at around 11:30 in the morning, and then these photos would have been taken around 12:30, so an hour later.
Okay. And Mr. Markel was still alive at that time?
Yes.
Please publish States 23. Why did you take this photo?
Pause. My longest ever migraine lasted for 11 out of 14 days. I used to get it usually should be gone maybe by tomorrow. Joey just sent me a message saying he hopes my migraine subsides soon, which is really sweet. But 5 days, 7 days, yeah. It's It's not fun. There's nothing you can do about it.
Photo.
This photo, I'm documenting a dark area on his forearm.
I hardly ever get them these
which
days.
is consistent with stippling.
And are you referring to this area here in the photo?
Yes.
And what is stippling?
Stippling is when you're in close contact or close
I
area
don't even
of
need a
gunshot
colon.
blast or a gun going off, and the gunpowder that is exiting from the gun comes out at a high speed, and it will stain or tattoo your skin.
All right, so the indication is potentially a close proximity of the muzzle of the firearm at the time of firing.
Yes.
All right. Publishing States Exhibit 24.
Hi, Life Artist. Good to see you.
Is this a close-up of that stippling that you described?
Yes.
Right. And once Mr. Markell was pronounced deceased, did you go to the autopsy?
No, I did not.
I have a couple other photos to show you in reference to your work on this case. This is 18 through 21. Do you recognize these photos?
Yes, I do.
And what are these photos of?
These photos were taken at the Tallahassee Police Department. I was requested to document a vehicle there.
All right. What type of vehicle was that?
It was a 2007 Honda Odyssey van.
All right. And was that Wendy Adelson's vehicle?
Yes, it was.
All right. Move to introduce 18 through 21, Your Honor.
No objection.
States 18 through 21 are admitted.
May I publish?
You may.
All right. Publish 18, please. All right. This is just the exterior of the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay. 19, please.
Guys,
All
go
right.
away. Go and do something
Next
else.
photo, 20.
Goodness gracious. You're such pests.
Was this
You're really cute.
receipt from a purchase that was made the day of the homicide?
Yes.
Simi, just lurk.
Photograph that there inside the vehicle.
Yes, I did. Front passenger seat.
All right, and next photo, 21. So a close-up of the receipt.
Yes, it is.
And where was the purchase made?
The purchase was made at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits.
On
ABC
what
Liquors.
date and time was the purchase
Bullet
made?
Bourbon.
7/18 of 2014 at 12:49 p.m.
Okay.
Thanks for being here,
Further
everyone.
questions?
Yay, Friday night for you, sad day for me. Go to a bottle shop, that's what we call it, a liquor store, very close to Trescott Drive, and happened to, she went to the scene of the crime. She'll protest that. I've seen the invitation to the Stock the Bar party, like a bridal shower, I think it was, or a wedding party, Stock the Bar. It looks fake to me. There's been a lot of contention about that. And yes, she went the long way and bought Bullet Bourbon and made sure she had the receipt in the car.
Yes.
Now, going back to Exhibit 20. Can I put Exhibit 20 on the screen?
Oh, Rashi. You can hardly see over the podium. The lectern.
Show me what button. This is a picture that you took,
Yes.
and it's a picture of Bullet whiskey. Is that right?
Bourbon.
Bullet Rye whiskey. Yes.
Oh, whiskey. Oh,
Is there a
my
reason
bad.
Why you took this picture?
I was requested to take a photo of it.
Who requested you to take it?
Investigators that were there with me. And I would have also photographed everything in the vehicle.
And this came out of Wendy Adelson's car?
Yes.
Were you aware that Wendy Adelson was invited to a party where she was asked to bring Bullet Bourbon, Bullet
No.
whiskey?
No, I was not.
You didn't try to do investigation?
Doesn't matter
into
to
that?
her.
I do crime scene. I'm not an investigator.
Now, going to Exhibit 21.
Look how green Charlie's looking already.
Can you put me there?
Sorry.
This is so far away. This is okay. Going to 21. Can you tell when the purchase occurred at ABC?
When it
Me,
occurred?
I'm
At
sure.
what time?
I'm
According
shorty.
to the receipt,
God's
it's
great puppy.
12:49 and 13 seconds.
Okay, and you see that right under the words regular sale?
Yes.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
No, because
Is
what
the
was
witness
the point of
released?
that?
Yes.
Have a good day.
What's wrong with Rye?
At this
I don't
point, we
understand.
are going to take our lunch break.
Lunch break. I already got that in my notes. What's wrong with Rye? 5'1", Princey says. I'm 5'2", Princey. I pictured you as taller. Why didn't I know that about you? I love that. Here, I'm gonna do this. Ah, Buster, hi. Good to see you. Don't lick me with your fucking poo breath, you piece of. You're so cute when you're smiling, but it's not really smiling, is it? It's panting. Don't be disgusting, you two. What the hell? Okay, let me just scoot through. I've got it written down here on my remarkable where we're going to. Yes. Thanks for being here. Make sure you hit the like. If you're watching on replay, love you to drop a comment. Tell us what you think. Is it okay for two dogs to bring poo inside the house? Do you suffer from migraine? Do you have a remarkable? That's all. You can or anything to do with the actual case. Tragic. Rest in peace and justice, full justice for Professor Dan Markel. Here we go. Here we go. I've got this going. Wait, I'll press play and then I'll change the screen back to being so you can see it. Because I can. Wow. Wow. Exactly. Super short for a dude. I mean, that's fine.
Everyone can be seated. Members of the jury, we will continue with the state's case at this time. State, you may call your next witness.
State calls Dr. Clark.
Did she say I wasn't listening? Damn it. Is it written down? Oh, yes. All right. Sorry, that wasn't the medical examiner. This is the medical examiner. Silly me. I've got it in my notes. God damn it. Oh, what? That's a beard. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Triggered, but okay.
Clark, please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, it is.
You may take your seat.
Judge, before I get started with this witness, the clerk advised me that State's Exhibit 121, the glass removed from Mr. Markel's face, was identified but not admitted, so I'll move 121 into evidence at this time.
Any objection?
No objection.
States 121 is admitted.
And I'd also like to ask Your Honor to read the stipulation regarding the swabs that Ms. Maltese collected from the crime scene.
Have we noticed how short, sharp, and sweet
When parties agree
these witnesses
that
are?
certain facts are true, that is called a stipulation of fact.
You must accept stipulated facts as having been proven. However, the significance of these facts, as with all facts, is for you to decide. In this case, the stipulated facts that you must accept as true are the following. Miss Carrie Rosanna, a crime laboratory analyst in the biology section at the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, conducted DNA testing in this case and reported the following results. The swabs collected from the crime scene by Joanne Maltese were tested for the presence of DNA. Ms. Rosanna analyzed the swabs and opined that due to the limited nature of the DNA results obtained from the swabs, the data was not interpretable, meaning there was not enough information present to make an identification.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I proceed?
You may.
Sir, please introduce yourself and spell your name.
I'm Dr. Anthony J. Clark, Anthony, J.
Same,
Clark,
Jimmy,
Clark.
same.
How are you employed?
I'm currently employed as Associate Medical Examiner with the Georgia Bureau of Investigation, Division of Forensic Science in the Central Medical Examiner's Office in Macon, Georgia.
What about back in 2014?
I was employed as an Associate Medical Examiner with District 2 Medical Examiner's Office here in Tallahassee, and an employee of KWB Pathology Associates.
How long were you employed here as a medical examiner?
About 16 years.
Could you briefly go through your education and training that qualifies you to do your job?
I obtained my Bachelor of Science degree from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. I then did 2 years of animal research at MIT, then was accepted to the Jefferson Medical College in Philadelphia. I graduated from the college and went to New Britain General Hospital in New Britain, Connecticut, and did a 2-year general surgical residency internship. I then went to the Hartford Hospital in Hartford, Connecticut, and did 4 years of anatomic and clinical pathology. I graduated from that program and traveled down to Atlanta, Georgia, where I did a 2-year forensic pathology fellowship at the Fulton County Medical Examiner's Office in Atlanta, Georgia, in association with Emory University.
I guess he's qualified, huh? Shall we qualify him as a witness, chat? Yes.
I finally got my first job as
an expert witness. Yikes.
Southwest Regional Medical Examiner for the GBI DOFS in Moultrie, Georgia. And then I traveled to Tallahassee, where I was District 2, and then back to Georgia now. I am board certified in anatomic and forensic pathology. I have medical licensures both in Georgia and in Florida.
All right. And what are the duties of an assistant medical examiner?
As an associate medical examiner, I am involved in death investigation. I'm the individual that examines the dead person and determines the cause and manner of death.
How many autopsies have you conducted throughout your career?
It's well over 7,500.
Have you testified as an expert in a court of law before today?
Yes, ma'am.
How many times?
Several hundred times.
Tender the expert judge in the area of forensic pathology.
Defense wish to deny the witness any further.
No, Your Honor.
Any challenge to his qualifications to render an opinion.
No, Your Honor.
Members of the jury, the witness will be permitted to provide you with an opinion in the field of forensic pathology.
They want cheese.
Dr. Clark, did you conduct the
Yes,
autopsy
cheese.
of Dan Markell?
Yes, I did.
When was that autopsy conducted?
We performed the autopsy on July 19, 2014, and we started at 11:55 hours.
Where was the autopsy conducted?
This was performed at the Tallahassee morgue at that time.
All right. And did you take photographs to assist you in documenting the autopsy process?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to show you what I've marked as States Exhibits 25 through 34. Ask if you recognize those exhibits.
Charlie looking a little green around the gills.
States Exhibits 26. This one. Okay. 25 and 26 are photographs of the X-rays we took prior to performing the autopsy, and the rest of these are the photos from the autopsy itself.
Are they fair and accurate photos of the autopsy?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Would they assist the jury in understanding your testimony today?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I've asked proof and evidence states 25 through 34.
25 to 34 are admitted over the defense's objection.
Permission to publish?
You may.
All right, let's start with 25, please.
I'm all about brie, double brie, and blue, soft blue vein at the moment. All about it. I finished all my murder cheese. Delicious. Thank you, Joey.
Georgia.
All right, doctor, what are we looking at in States Exhibit 25?
This is an X-ray of the decedent's head. And what we want to see here is that these really dense white areas here and here, these are the bullets that I recovered from the head at the autopsy.
Okay, so one in the center of the forehead there and one on this kind of the side of the face.
Center forehead and here on the left side of the face.
All right, and States Exhibit 26, please.
As part of the X-ray series, we like to look at what we call lateral.
Joey is the best.
Not just also to see where they are in the skull, and you can see that even though it looks like it's in the center of the head, it's towards the back of the head here, and then this one is near the left side of the jaw here.
27, please. How many times was Professor Markel shot?
Twice.
Both in the head?
That's correct.
Where were the entrance wounds?
Okay, this is actually the identification photograph to show who this decedent is, but you can see the trauma here. You have a gunshot wound right here, just inside this left eyebrow here,
We see it,
and then you have another gunshot wound here on the left, outside left cheek.
which is good.
Exhibit 28, please.
We're
What does
glad
this
for
photo
that.
show?
This is the gunshot wound number one I
he's got ink.
described in the autopsy report. This is the entry wound here, and you can see around it are all these irregular abrasions. These abrasions are from shattering glass, causing these that's exploded onto his face and causing these little bits of scraping all the way down here on his ear and on his neck here. Also, you can see the massive amount of swelling and soft tissue injury in this area. The bullet actually winds up just about where the pointer is right now, just below this earlobe on the, just above the corner of the left side of the jaw, lower jaw here. You can see that there's been some hemorrhage around the eyelid, the eye here, and then you see gunshot wound number 2 here, just inside the left eyebrow.
Does calling them gunshot wounds 1 and 2, does that correspond with your opinion as to the order of the shots?
No, ma'am. That just tells you that way for me easily to describe what they are. Actually, I think I did it backwards. This is 1 and this is 2. Sorry.
Okay. Do you have an opinion as to the order of the shots?
Yes, ma'am, I do now. After I found out about the scene investigation and what was going on, that this was most likely the first gunshot wound because of the glass causing injuries around the wound itself. And then the second one actually has some characteristics of what we call gunpowder stippling, where the muzzle of the gun, out of the muzzle of the gun comes burning and unburnt gunpowder particles, and they strike the skin, also causing scrapings. But those scrapings are more homogeneously the same size, so it looks more like a gunpowder injury.
All right. So the first in time, in your opinion, is the one to the cheek?
Yes,
The lower one?
this would be number 1 in time sequence, and then this would be the second one.
Okay. And can you tell the jury anything about the range, meaning how far away the muzzle of the firearm would have been from Mr. Markel when these shots were fired?
This one here on the cheek, I cannot tell because there's what's called an intermediate target, something in between that's blocking any of the gunpowder characteristics on the skin. On the top one here to the just inside the left eyebrow, again, you're talking within inches.
All right. So very close muzzle.
Yes.
All right. And when you're talking about the intermediate target in reference to the gunshot wound that happened first, would that be consistent with the bits of glass hitting his face
That's correct.
and causing those abrasions around the entrance wound?
That's correct.
What's hotboxed? Is that
Would
something to
the
do with weed?
gunshot wound that happened first in time have caused his death immediately?
More than likely not. It may have stunned him, or most likely stunned him because of the impact to the face, but most of the damage is to the face, and I don't think there was much damage to the brain at that point in time.
And what about the one that happened second in time?
Now, the second one actually went through the right side of the brain, and that would have rendered him unconscious almost immediately, but there was a survival time after that.
Meaning he didn't die right away.
That's correct. His heart and lungs kept working.
That's what I
All right.
thought.
Were the injuries
Charlie.
survivable, meaning if he had gotten medical attention sooner, if something had been done differently, he could have survived?
Well, he got medical attention, but it did not help him. So yes, they were not.
Holly, no. Professor Dan Markel was killed while sitting in his car, having just pulled into his garage, killed by 2 hitmen hired back in 2014. 2 hitmen hired by, or 1 hitman pulled the trigger. The other one was driving. Excuse me. Hired by, allegedly, not allegedly, 100%, 1,000,000,000% by his Dan Markel's ex-wife brother, Charlie Adelson, who's on trial in this trial. This was in late October 2023. Donna Adelson, the mother of Charlie. So Charlie was convicted and sentenced to life without parole. Donna is on trial for the same conspiracy to commit murder and murder. Her trial starts in early June, or the voir dire does, and Wendy will be next. already serving life sentences without parole are the hitman himself, Zigfredo Garcia, and the middleman, Katie Magbanua, who was Charlie, who's on trial in this trial that we're watching, his sometimes girlfriend, more of a contact, and Sigfredo Garcia's baby mama. So that
A non-survivable injury to the right with a gunshot wound to the head.
State's Exhibit 29, please. What does this exhibit show? I think we need to, can we turn it so that it's like this? Yep. No. Yes. What are we looking at in this image, Doctor?
Okay, again, what I was looking at was this coarse abrasions or scrapings of the skin on the ear, and there's some scattering on the neck here. Most of it's on the face up here. And again, that's what I called pseudo-stippling in the autopsy report. Also, you can see that the side of his neck is kind of discolored and it's very swollen here. There's been a lot of hemorrhage into the soft tissues from the gunshot wound that has traveled from here down to here.
So I watched this trial with Shelley and Simi and Amber and who else? Missy Mayhem, like Dizzy, Pammy, all friends of the channel, of our community. It's all a beautiful one big community. On formerly The Shaming of Jay, he's changed his channel name to Jay Bronius. But I was just a subscriber and a member and a viewer then, not a YouTuber. And I built my whole channel, views and subscribers, on my Adelson shorts from this trial and the previous trials. So I only started live streaming and going to Karen Reed content, among other things, in late July of last year, mid to late July. So I had sort of 5 or 6 months of six months or so of Adelson shorts. I'm a shorty who creates shorts. So yeah, these days I do a little bit more.
All right, States 30, please. What are we looking at in this image?
Now we're looking at gunshot wound labeled as number 1. This is the injury here. And you see these fine specks up here. Those are small abrasions or scrapings of the skin, consistent with gunpowder stippling. So there was no intermediate target at that point in time. So the gunpowder from the discharge from the muzzle of the gun struck the skin and left these marks.
Can you tell them anything about what type of firearm it would have been or could have been based on?
Not from the stipple pattern of the gunshot wound injuries themselves. The bullets were more consistent with being fired from a revolver.
And what's the difference between a revolver and other types of weapons?
Well, the revolver usually can use just lead slugs, and they're usually not copper jacketed or metal jacketed.
Jane Shannon?
Is the revolver the one that has the cylinder like a cowboy gun that spins around?
Yes, ma'am.
Does not eject casings when it's fired?
That's correct.
Okay. Next photo, please.
Charlie's looking greener and greener as the testimonies proceed, right?
Well.
Doctor, what are we looking at in States 31?
Okay, this is depicting the gunshot wound to the outside of the left cheek here. You can see the coarse stippling going all the way to the nose, to around here, the injury around the left eye from hemorrhage from these 2 gunshot wounds. And then you see the other gunshot wound to the what we call glabella, or just inside the left eyebrow.
So what we're seeing as the discoloration or what appears to be black eyes, is that secondary to the gunshot wounds or consistent with some other injury?
No, that's consistent with the gunshot wounds.
Next photo, please. This is 32.
Grateful for law and crime, and I guess it was decreed by the court that they're not showing any of these autopsy photos. Very grateful. And then what else was I going to say? Yes, he looks guilty as fuck. Yes. Yes, Steve publicly buzzed. We love Steve. We love publicly buzzed. We love Dan. I went to buy a publicly buzzed merch last weekend during Feral Friday, and my dumb Apple Pay was being a bitch and it wouldn't let me process it. Not for the funds, it was kept saying I had to just Maybe it was the wine. I'm not sure. Day drinking's a whole thing on Fridays. Well, my Saturdays, your Fridays. Coming up tonight at 9, by the way, we might not be, excuse me, we might not be quite done with Joe Schmo, our next stream, where Joe and I are going to be, who also has a channel, by the way, going to be talking all things Laurie Vallow Daybell, the Church of the Latter-day Saints, because Joe grew up as a Mormon and has since left that religion, organization, and a few other things. So we'll try with that's from 8 Eastern. So in 1 hour. But I'm not sure. We'll try to wrap it up by 9:30 or 9ish, but I don't know. We'll see how the conversation goes. But always Feral Fridays, always publicly buzzed. Love.
What does States 32 show?
This is a close-up of his left forearm. His wrist is over here, his elbow's here. And what you're seeing here is a crescent-shaped deposit of soot. Okay? Now, soot not only in a revolver not only comes out of the muzzle, but it also comes out what's called a cylinder gap. If you think about a cowboy gun or a 38 special or something like that, that cylinder there's a little gap between that and the actual muzzle, so that you can have soot coming out, even have other particles coming out. These are a little bit finer than I thought initially, but I called it pseudo-stippling. There are some irregularities here, but I think that this is probably soot deposition from the discharge from the cylinder gap, and that would imply that his arm was somewhere near that when that shot took place.
All right, so potentially consistent with him perceiving the threat and putting his arm up and to try to defend himself.
Correct.
States Exhibit 33, please. What is States 33?
States 33 is the bullet that we recovered from the left jaw area. If you can see, if you remember what the x-ray looked like, it looked like a barrel, and that's what we have here.
And State 34?
And that is the deformed bullet that we pulled out of the back of the right side of the brain.
I'm going to approach with States 122 and 123.
Georgia,
Yes. States 123 is the packaging that I used to put the bullet in. The bullet is currently out, and this is from the brain. And in States Exhibit 122 is the packaging and the bullet that I pulled out for the gunshot wound to the left cheek area.
And are these in the same
camera angle.
the same condition?
Interesting.
Recovered them from the body.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I'd ask to introduce at this time States 122 and 123.
Any objection? No objection. 122 and 123 are admitted.
A couple more minutes of this witness, and then we're on to Pat
These are the same
Sandford.
items that we just saw in those last 2 photographs.
Yes, ma'am.
Doctor, what was the cause of death in this case?
I put the cause of death as gunshot wounds to the face and head.
And what about the manner of death?
This was considered a homicide.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Cross-examine.
No questions, Your Honor.
Sergeant, you may step down.
Will he be recalled at any point?
No, sir.
Now, so next up we have Pat Sandford, FBI agent Pat Sandford. Oh, my remarkable just went to sleep, and I was just going to say something, but so we're prepping for Donna's trial, right? Right. And wait, did I do a thing of the thing? Hang on. I'm just trying to be a little bit more fancy these days. Could be my undoing. So I thought maybe it might be interesting to watch this all-time GOAT, Pat Sandford, who came out of retirement to corner our friends. Wait. So this is Donna Adelson. This is what she looked like on her way to Vietnam. This is Harvey. It's body cam footage, so it's a little Blair Witchy. They were literally about to get on the plane. So let's start from the very beginning because this is great. Great. Have a listen. Donna's arrest.
Hi, how are you? You have an ID?
I don't want to give it to you. Why do I have to give it to you? Why do I have to give it to you? This is evidence. Evidence. She's under arrest.
The entitlement of it all. Yes. She was obviously watching her calories pre-arrest. No surprise there. I'm sure jail food is tough and lack of inactivity. I mean, she's been she was in in the hole in solitary and suicide watch for a while. Let's go back. Look at her not wanting to give her phone over. Like, wow, Donna, you fucking weirdo.
No, I don't want to give it to you. Why do I have to? Because why do I have to give it to you? This is evidence. Evidence. She's under arrest. I have to go with you. I have to go. I can help you.
Cuff her. Now, let me lay a bit of foundation. Wendy, wind it back. Dan, Markel, Amber's here. Hi, Amber. Yay, good times. Fuck your job. Absolutely. Thank God for Camp Shorty. And look, we're watching Donna's arrest. So it's a win-win. So glad you made it. Amazing. So when they were married, happily married, Dan gave Wendy his family Holocaust diamond ring, right? After their after their divorce, Wendy would not give the ring back. I don't know whether it's worth a huge amount of money. That's not the point. It's a family heirloom. Holocaust, Dan's ancestors, his ancestors had managed to take this diamond out from the concentration camps, from the Holocaust, and bring it over to the States when they escaped, right? So she would never give it back. She would never give the ring back. Now, Wendy went over to Donna and Harvey's apartment in Miami in the couple of days, if not the day before they were fleeing, right? To talk, I mean, goodness knows what, estate stuff. It was a very big bone of contention, this Holocaust ring, right? This Holocaust diamond. Now, walk and talk, chat. I promise I'm going somewhere with this. Donna obviously has to remove all of her jewelry and have nothing on her person but for her clothes. Now, she fucking stalls, right? She's like fumbling. She's doing all of the things. She's cuffed already. She has to take off things. And she gets to a point where she's fuck-assing around with this one more piece of jewelry. And she says to Harvey, the ring. So if she was trying to remove her engagement ring or her wedding ring, her own, wouldn't she say, my wedding ring? Can you help me with my wedding ring or my engagement ring? But she just says the ring. It is my theory that Wendy gave Donna, because she's a piece of shit, she gave Donna the Holocaust diamond to take to Vietnam, the non-extradition country, so that there was no way, it was in no safety deposit box, nowhere, nothing. There was no way that Dan's family, or that there would be any evidence of her having that ring, and that she could actually say with conviction, I don't have it. So watch and listen as you have to, it's tricky, it's body cam, but.
Take the bags. Yeah, you need to wait outside. Okay.
My husband's almost 80 years old. He can't
Yeah,
come
I
with
can.
me.
Please, can I? No, I can't. Oh, don't do this, please.
Please.
Oh,
Somebody's
God.
got to help them get home. This is terrible. You can't do this. This is insane.
Before we get to the ring, am I muted? No. Before we get to the ring stuff, listen, she's saying, can someone please help my husband out of the airport? How's he going to get home? I firmly believe that Donna thought Harvey was still going to get on the plane and head off to Vietnam. And so she wanted to make sure that someone with law enforcement escorted him out of the airport. Interesting. Very controlling woman.
Is that okay with you? Please. Give me that handcuffs back on the table. Please. Please.
She says the ring.
Do you have anything in your pocket?
No. No.
Do you have anything of value in you?
No, I
actually have my necklace on.
Wanna go? Yeah, take it out. Yeah.
And the earrings.
And the earrings, the rings, take everything. You give it to your husband. Because once you arrive at County Jail, they're gonna make you remove all that.
Can I call my attorney?
You can. You have a passport ready?
Where am I going?
You're going to your new home, Donna.
Where am I going?
You're going to the Dade County Jail.
Dade County Jail. No, it's right here. The one on two.
I'm sorry, remove your earrings.
So that there is Pat Sanford in the Nike polo shirt there. He probably didn't catch it, but as he walked up to Donna, he says, do you remember me or do you recognize me? Interesting. I think he'd been waiting for that moment for a very long time. Legend. Look how close they were. Look at that Emirates hostess, flight attendant there. Like she's like, no. The shame. Imagine how embarrassed she was.
Yeah, go back.
You take it right to this.
Yeah, let's go back out and just.
You're making a mistake. It's another mistake. It's two
Do me a favor
mistakes.
and try to take the ring off. If you can get this off for me.
Can you take it off, please, Donna?
I don't want to hurt her.
Please.
Just a minute.
Please.
It's been on so long.
Listen to me.
Yeah. I'll call.
Get in an Uber, go home.
I will. I will.
Get in the Uber, go home. Do not fucking get on that plane, Harvey.
I will.
All right.
Yes.
Here, how-
Good. Is anything else in her personal insurance?
Oh, it's coming, sweetheart. It's coming. Just a second.
Do you have her driver's license somewhere in chance? I'm sorry? Her driver's.
It's in my
Yeah.
it's in my purse.
Yeah. How?
Yeah, then you could give her.
Sure. Do
It's
you need her
almost there.
passport? Or can I give it to the husband? The passport can I give it?
What's on?
Where is it?
It's in the blue and white. It's in the blue and white.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get her driver's license first. Yeah.
And the license, the address on your license is correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
She needs all her. When she goes to the jail,
They're all in here though.
yes, they work. If I take them here, what will happen is when you go there, they possibly toss them out. So when you go to there, you will meet the nurse and the doctor, and then they'll work in conjunction with the hospital to get you whatever you need.
Yeah, but I don't have a list with me. I know what's.
Yes.
I have a.
Is it multiple or is just one or two?
No, there's a bag of medication in here. Is that what you're asking me?
She can take medication.
No, I know. I was just trying to find out if it was like one or two. Yeah, if it was one or two, then she maybe could take the name down.
Do you need anything else from her?
Can I ask
Or
you
we're good to
something?
go?
Can someone just get my husband outside and so
I'll get out.
There's a gentleman here with a system in any way there.
I have the ring. Hold on.
Okay.
All right, so no, so I don't have the meds, honey, they're all in here.
Give me 1 moment, please. Hold the body. 1 moment.
Longest perp walk ever. I love this for Donna. Go Pat Sanford, you fucking legend.
Go out.
And it goes on and on and on like it's the longest. Hang on. And then she's sitting on and on the perp walk of it all. Look, still going, still going. Suck it, Donna. That's an ad. Is that an ad? No. Oh, there. Wait. Anyway, that. And then she's bitching about there being no aircon, yada, yada, yada. So we have Pat Sanford. Let's do it. Share this tab instead. Play.
You may call your next witness.
Judge, do you have a stipulation at this time? I would ask Your Honor to read the stipulation in reference to the firearms.
However, the significance of these facts, as with 122, fired from the
Georgia, love ya.
Georgia, Georgia.
There he is. So this was before Donna's arrest. She was caught fleeing the country about a week, less than a week after Charlie was sentenced to life without parole.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yes, I do.
You may take your seat.
Please say your name and spell your name.
Patrick Sanford, Sanford.
How are you employed?
I'm a special agent with the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
How long have you been with the FBI?
Approximately a little over 24 years, 22 of which I was here in Tallahassee.
What are your duties there?
I'm a special agent. I investigate cases and protect national security.
And were you assigned to investigate a murder case involving the murder of Dan Markell?
Yes, I was.
Were you the lead investigator on that case?
Correct.
Did you assist the Tallahassee Police Department in that case?
Yes, I did.
Why was the FBI included in that particular investigation?
At the beginning, they had several leads, like interviews, things that they need to track down that were outside of the city of Tallahassee. That we have agents, all over the country, so we're able to facilitate some of those leads and track down certain aspects of the case.
And were some of those leads in the Miami area?
Yes, they were.
And were you assisted by Miami authorities as well in the investigation?
Correct.
Thank you for being here, everyone.
As part of the investigation, were the people that were considered to be closest to the victim interviewed?
Yes, they were.
And would that include the ex-wife, Wendy Adelson?
Yes.
What did you learn in the investigation about the relationship between the victim and his ex-wife, Wendy Adelson?
They had gone to through a very contentious divorce, which even after the divorce was finalized, they still had several issues that they dealt with through the court system.
I'm going to approach with what I've marked
Several.
as State's Exhibit 56. Do you recognize this exhibit?
Yes, I do.
You had an opportunity to look at that exhibit before?
Yes, I have.
Okay, is that a fair and accurate copy of Wendy Adelson and Dan Markell's divorce file?
Look
That's
at it.
correct.
That's
From
the
clerk's
divorce
office here in
filing.
Leon County?
Correct.
All right, Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence State's Exhibit 56.
An objection to state 56.
Just our previous objection.
Chat. Look at that divorce file. That's Wendy and a few issues in that contentious divorce. Like, wow.
Here in Leon County?
Correct.
All right, Judge, at this time, I'd ask to move into evidence State's Exhibit 56.
Blink, Charlie.
An
Blink.
objection to state 56.
Just our previous objection.
Very well. State 56 is admitted at this time over defense objection.
Did you review this divorce file as part of your investigation in this case?
Yes, I did.
About how many pages are in that?
Around 576, I believe.
And I want to draw your attention to a couple things specifically, like on page 82, paragraph 13. They were arguing over everything, right? All the belongings,
Correct.
down to a tennis racket.
That's correct.
Okay. As part of these proceedings, did Wendy Adelson seek to relocate with her children from Tallahassee to Miami, Florida?
Yes, she did.
And why did she want to relocate to South Florida, according to the filings?
The filing stated that she had a job offer in South Florida that was more lucrative than her current job.
All right. And did Mr. Markell object to her petition to relocate with the children?
He did.
All right. Did he file quite a lengthy and emphatic objection to that?
Yes, he did.
And in his motion, and that's going to be on page 82, why did he indicate he believed was the sole reason that Miss Adelson wanted to move to South Florida?
He says that he stated that the sole reason was because she could relocate with the party's minor children to be near her parents.
And was the relocation petition that Wendy filed, was that ruled on?
Yes, it was.
All right. So what did the court say about that?
The court ruled against that and ruled against her, saying she had to stay in Tallahassee with the children.
And if I said that was June 20th of 2013, does that sound right?
That's correct.
Okay. When was the divorce made final? And for that, I'll direct you to page 457 and 458.
I believe it was made final in July 31st of 2013, I believe.
All right. And did that conclude the issues between, the legal issues between Miss Adelson and Professor Markell?
No, it did not.
All right. So they continued to file quite a lot of filings after that. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. In fact, there's over 250 more pages of stuff after the divorce was final. Does that sound right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay. I wanted to.
Speaking of rap names, how bloody beautiful is this court sound in comparison to, say, I'm not sure, the A$AP Rocky trial? Thank you, Tallahassee, for your magnificent sound system, audio-visual system. Love you.
I'm going to direct your attention to March 26th of 2014. Did Mr. Markell file a motion seeking some relief related to the grandmother, Donna Adelson?
Yes,
Donna.
And what specifically
Donna,
was he seeking in reference to Donna Adelson?
He was seeking to limit her visitation rights to where they had to be monitored, supervised
by another adult.
That's correct.
And
sorry,
why
Mika.
in the
Micah,
pleadings
Micah.
did Mr. Markell indicate that this supervision was needed?
I'm sorry. Could you refresh the page
Page,
number?
look at 450. Yeah, 450.
Micah. I can do this, Micah.
Mr. Markell stated that that the children informed him that Grandma says you're stupid and that she says you're trying to take your sunshines away.
That Grandma, meaning Donna Adelson,
That's correct.
was saying that telling the kids that Dan Markel was stupid?
That's correct.
Did you also come into possession of some emails that were exchanged between Wendy Adelson and Donna Adelson?
We did.
All right, I'm going to show you what I've marked as States Exhibit 57. Have you had an opportunity to review those emails
Yes, I have.
prior to today, which we can't find? Have you had a chance to review those before today?
I have.
Okay. Anything in those emails that goes to motive in your investigation?
Yes, there is.
And what is that?
She was being very assertive. Mrs. Adelson, Mrs. Donna Adelson, was being very assertive with Wendy Adelson, trying
Very
to
assertive.
influence her to
Very assertive.
do different things to Mr. Markel to get him to agree to let her and the children to move to South Florida.
And what was the thing that was expressly stated in these emails as the most important part of?
So, Princey, they need Wendy to continue under her misguided belief that she has full immunity from prosecution in this case because she is a key witness for the state, and she has testified in every trial. She has derivative use immunity, so she is not able to be prosecuted on the things to which she testifies on the stand. However, they have got other things on her, mark my words, and I'm sure the discovery through Donna's arrest and subsequent imminent prosecution will bring up a lot of further evidence, because they then had access to the WhatsApp messages, because WhatsApp doesn't easily give out or readily give out the content of messages, only that there is messages and calls going between different parties. But with Donna and Harvey's devices, they were able to access the actual messages themselves, because these fools didn't delete anything. I firmly believe, in fact, I will say, I guarantee it, as soon as Donna is convicted, and they don't need Wendy to testify anymore, Georgia and Sarah and the state of Tallahassee do not need Wendy to testify anymore, her time is next. Guarantee it. People are skeptical. I am not. That's what will happen. I'm happy to be wrong. No, I'm not happy to be wrong. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. It's been a methodical prosecution journey, slow and steady. The wheels of justice turn very slowly.
Of Wendy's whole divorce and litigation.
It was relocation to South Florida to be close to the family.
All right. And was there mention in those emails of a bribe that was to be offered to Dan Markel to potentially facilitate this relocation?
There was.
And who was going to pay for the bribe?
There was going to be a three-way payment between Donna and Harvey Adelson. We're going to pay 33% of it. Charlie Adelson would pay 33%, and then Wendy would pay the other 33%.
All right. And what was the total amount of this potential bribe?
$1 million.
Wow.
All right. Was there any financial benefit to Wendy Adelson that occurred as a result of Dan Markel's death?
There was.
What were those that benefit or benefits?
There was at least, I believe, a couple of life insurance policies, one of which was around $2 million.
So wait, $2 million. That's my short. $2 million. So see, there's Georgia. That there is Ruth Markel with the blonde and then the darker blonde or light brown in the middle of her hair. That's Danny's mother. I'm not sure. I'm not sure where Phil Markel is there. He was in the court, but so that's the grandmother.
There was.
What were those that benefit or benefits?
There was at least, I believe, a couple of life insurance policies, one of which was around $2 million. There was Social Security benefits to the kids that were provided, I believe, like $4,800 a month. There was a 401k that he left behind, and some other accounts.
Pension as well?
Yes, there was a pension.
Okay, and some deferred comp, $217,000 there.
That's correct.
Okay. You mentioned the 401k. Do you recall how much money was in that?
I don't off the top of my head.
Okay, is there something that could refresh your memory on that?
Possibly.
Does $100,000 sound right?
Yes, it does.
All right. As part of the investigation in this case, you looked at sort of the people closest to Dan. Did you also investigate the day of the homicide and his routine or activities that day?
We did.
And what did you learn about his schedule that day?
That morning, he had custody of the kids that day, of his two children, his two boys. He took them to daycare over off of West Start Street, dropped them off around 8:50 a.m., and then drove back across town and went to Premier Gym right off of McClay Boulevard, Thomasville Road, Capitol Circle area.
Was there any surveillance images captured outside the gym that showed the vehicles coming and going from there?
Yes, there was some exterior cameras on the gym itself, on the roof of the gym.
And did that surveillance, were you able to identify from that surveillance which vehicle was Dan Markel's vehicle arriving at the gym?
Yes, we were.
Okay. And was there another vehicle that appeared to be a suspect vehicle captured in this video?
That's correct.
And why did you describe, or why am I describing this other vehicle as a suspect vehicle?
We did obtain multiple pieces of footage, video footage around town, also showing that it appeared a light green Prius was following Mr. Markel wherever he went that morning.
And was that description of a vehicle consistent with the description that Mr. Geiger gave us of the vehicle that he saw leaving the crime scene?
That's correct.
All right. Was there a compilation of relevant clips or parts of this video surveillance collected from Premier Gym to show the jury just sort of the relevant portions?
There was.
Right. And you've had an opportunity to review that?
I have.
Okay, and those images are fair and accurate clips or portions of the
what did I just do there? God damn it. Click something.
Premier Gym surveillance video?
That's correct.
Judge, I'd asked to introduce into evidence that Premier video surveillance footage at this time, which I believe is 83. We checked that.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
Just that I could want to sniff my fingers a bit more. Hey,
Your
Rusty.
Honor. And that's going to be in the form of, let's say by 83. It's in the form of a disc, Your Honor, but I'd ask for permission to publish by way of the laptop.
He's as green as Sarah's jacket. Charlie.
All right, if you'll kind of walk us through what we're looking at here, and we may need to pause.
This is from the rear shot. This is off of the north side facing toward the Fresh Market, that area. If you're familiar with that area, Fresh Market's off to the right. There's an entrance to the right of the screen, and there's also the main entrance, which is way further left of the screen that you can't see here.
This is a portion of the parking lot that's where the cars are lined up there.
That's correct. Those are vehicles parked in the parking lot of the gym.
All right, let's publish. Okay, we're seeing a blue circle around a dark vehicle. Could you tell us what that indicates?
That is Mr. Markel's vehicle.
And this is him entering the gym at 9:11.
That's correct. He just came into the parking lot, is going around to the front side of the gym.
All right, now what are we looking at?
This is just a different angle, a little bit further back, and this is Mr. Markel immediately preceding the video we just saw, where he's coming into the front of the gym.
All right, and is he going to park somewhere?
Yes, he parks right behind that American flag.
Now, That was 912. What is this camera angle?
This is the same angle. It's just a little bit further to the left, and that is the front of the gym right there where the green Prius just drove right in front of the front door of the gym.
Okay. So they entered the parking lot through different entrances.
That's correct. They entered over off of the west side of the parking lot.
All right. So we see the Prius here, and we know where Mr. Markel's parked there behind the flagpole. What is that?
Correct. He's still in the vehicle, just exited the vehicle there, I believe.
All right. So the blue circle indicates that's him getting out of his vehicle.
Correct.
And where's the Prius at this time?
The Prius continued on through the parking lot on the north side. And
Yikes, Stream Elements. Yikes.
Well.
9:13 a.m. Is that Mr. Markel in the red?
yes, it is.
He was 41 when he was murdered, Professor Markel.
Do we have any reason to believe that any suspects entered the gym?
No, we do not.
How long was Professor Markel inside the gym?
I believe about an hour and a half. I believe it's about 10:38 when he leaves, somewhere around there.
All right. And what are we looking at here outside at 9:16 a.m.?
9:16, the green Prius is still driving through the parking lot, but it's coming back from where it had passed through. Coming back toward the gym.
Party at Candy's house.
This is on the south side of the parking lot of the gym. And the green Prius just drove through there and is driving around the parking lot still. Again, the vehicle is turned around and is coming back toward the gym in the same parking lot.
You know, I feel like at the moment, probably there's only a handful of it. Well, there's only a handful of us here, but me no bongs, Amber no bongs, Joey bongs, everyone bongs. Everyone's smoking together. I don't think Matilda is into the bongs because Matilda has some lung issues. Smoke one if you've got one, chat. THC vaping.
Almost managed to get in a wreck there.
Just missed.
So it's just me raw dogging it against live. I love that for me.
Okay, what's happening here?
This is Mr. Markel exiting the lobby of the gym, coming through the lobby.
Yes. Yes, Matilda. And wine, migraines. I'm in a lot of pain. Yes, take one big one, everyone. I don't like being stoned anymore. I used to. Very much.
All right, now at 10:34, what do we see?
We see Mr. Markel walking away from the front doors of the into the parking lot toward his vehicle.
Simi, that's some bloody good looking after shit. Yes, I'm not having any wine, Princey. I have water. Nothing is good for migraines. Let's put it that way. Mm. Mm. Smoked Havarti? Well, here I am sitting with noise directly into my
So we
ears
saw
and
Mr.
2 ring
Martell's
lights at my
vehicle
eyeballs.
leaving. Is that the
And a
Prius that was
screen.
back there in that orange circle?
Good.
That's correct. They were in the far northwest part of the parking lot parked. And when he exited, they started to exit. And he exited on the Village Square Boulevard exit.
So we never saw anybody exit the Prius
Charlie in
during the
slow-mo.
surveillance video.
No, we did
They
not.
stayed in the car the whole time.
That's correct.
Were you able to learn anything about the suspect vehicle from?
Pause. So, chat, I'm just looking at the time. And I think Colors, there you go. Thank you. Thank you, Colors and I together. Ugh. And Matilda. Yes. Well, I'll try anything, but probably what I'll just do is after all of this, I'll go and try to sleep it off. Now, I'm looking at the time. Migraines are evil. I don't get them very often anymore. So I didn't get to sleep till very late last night and woke up at 3, and it's all catching up with me at the moment, I think, unfortunately. So I'm looking at the time, and what we might do is we're always going to pause. I was hoping to get to the end of Pat Sanford, but we stopped to watch Donna's arrest video, so I think that was worthwhile. So we're going to call it a night on this live stream, and then head on over to Joe Schmo's stream, which is coming up in 15 minutes. And I don't want him to be sitting backstage wondering where the F I am. So, and I don't think I prefaced anything to him by saying, by the way, I'll skate in at like 5:02. So, come join us if you can. I think we're going to have a lot of put my sunnies on. I don't have prescription sunnies, so I won't be able to see a thing. I can't see a thing anyway. So we're going to have a really amazing conversation with Joe. I'm really looking forward to it. I was raised as an atheist, very science-based, very, very, very without any spirituality in my upbringing. Thank you all for being here. Joe Schmo was raised as a Mormon in the Church of the Latter-day Saints. He has been and will be in court for Lori Vallow Daybell's she's defending herself, chat, trial for her part in the murder of her then husband, but estranged, I believe, Charles Vallow. So she's already serving 3 consecutive life sentences for the murder of Tylee and JJ. Tragic murder. So we're going to talk about a lot of stuff. I have a bunch of tabs up the top of my screen ready to go, including the body cam footage of Lori talking to the police outside the home in Rexburg. There is a portal set up, so buckle up. I'll go to the bathroom and get backstage ready to go in time with Joe Schmo. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like, drop a comment after the live stream's ended so that it helps get us out into the algorithm, and strap yourself up. Colors, are you going to take the plane or the train? I'm not sure. Uzbekistan for Colors on her way. I love you all very much. Thank you for your care and concern over my dumb migraine. Not thrilled. There's a portal a redirect. Portal time. I love you all very much. I'll see you in like 5, 15, 14. Mwah. Oh, wait. No, wait. That was a bit of an anticlimax because I hate the way it looks. You got to change this first. Wait, I like this better. Let's go with this. Better for the song. Yes. Thanks, Mod.
I love you all so very much. We had a blast just chatting and stuff. Things may have gone a bit off the rails. Professional when all else fails. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. We're skating through all the tough things, learning about this and that, defense motions, prosecution, and narcissistic twats. 'Cause chat is babe, so much to say. Emotes and all the all caps out. May have been cheese, bit faster please. The time has come, Camp Shorty out. Community, just you and me. Occasionally, Buster and Poppy. It's the whole thing, Miss Shorty swing. Together we make each other happy.